Come, Sulochna. Please sit down.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon.
Remove your mask.
Thank you, sir.
Sulochna.
Yes.
Sulochna, introduce yourself.
Sir, my name is Sulochna Meena. I belong to Savai Madhopur, Rajasthan. I have done my schooling from Rajasthan itself, and then I shifted to Delhi to pursue my graduation from Miranda House, Delhi University. And since then, I have been preparing for UPSC. This is my first attempt and first interview. Thank you.
When did you pass out from Miranda House?
Sorry, 2020, sir.
2020. So how is it your fourth attempt?
First attempt.
First attempt. Okay. And what are your hobbies?
Sir, my hobbies are river rafting and watching short films and web series on OTT platforms.
Okay. Dr. Sinha.
Sulochna,
Yes.
you're from Rajasthan, and Rajasthan is a border state.
Yes.
It has border with Pakistan. So you tell us something about the problems of border states. You know, India has border states along its international border with Pakistan, China,
Yes.
with Myanmar. What are the different problems?
Sir, first problem is that all of these border states, they have different terrains, different topography. In Rajasthan, where desert is there, in Jammu Kashmir, the hilly mountain areas are there. In Myanmar side, there are hills and forest. So this different and difficult terrain, it imposes a problem for the security.
So what are the problems?
Sir, first problem is the infiltration of the terrorist or anti-Indian elements. The border with Nepal and Bhutan, India has trans-boundary agreements. So the movement is free for people, and for terrorist and anti-Indian elements also, it is like a free pass to enter India. Then second problem is the illegal immigration of people from other countries like Bangladesh, which so because of which we are having internal problems also, which has been seen in Assam. And other problems are like drug trafficking, human trafficking, cattle trafficking,
Firing
weapon
also
trafficking.
in Pakistan border.
Yes,
You have the ceasefire violations.
yes.
Do you have it on the Rajasthan border?
Sir,
These firing across the border, you also have there?
sir, not in the recent times.
Okay. Why? Why? But it happens in near Jammu and Kashmir and Punjab area. Why not in Rajasthan?
Sir, I'm not sure about the reason, but the reason might be that first it is a desert area.
It is a
It is a desert area in
Okay.
Rajasthan side. So for that ceasefire also, it does not provide a favorable climate. Second thing is that Jammu Kashmir and Punjab region are very sensitive
Okay.
regions.
So there is one term we often use to describe the border, LOC. What is LOC?
Sir, LOC stands for line of control, and it is a demarcated line between India and Pakistan.
And then there is another border called LAC.
Yes, sir.
So what is LAC?
Sir, LAC stands for line of actual control, which is between India and China, and it is not demarcated in any agreement or any convention, but it is a consensual boundary between India and China that forces will not go above this.
Okay. So what about Rajasthan? Do we have LOC or LAC there?
Sir, LOC.
Are you sure? Or you're guessing?
Sir, I'm not sure that
Okay.
between India
Okay.
and
So, during this pandemic, the tourism sector has been badly hit in Rajasthan. Suppose you are made the district magistrate of the Bikaner border area, Bikaner district. So, what would you do to create more tourism attraction in that area?
Sir, I believe that for attraction of tourists into Bikaner or overall Rajasthan, first thing which should be done is the proper advertisement of the popular places, popular fare, and why these are considered so important, so significant. So that is the first thing. And second thing, the tourism, Rajasthan is also considered as a wedding destination and also as a film shooting destination. So for promotion of such things, the concessions can be provided in hotels, and also the fee which is charged for film shooting. So that can be done. And
Okay, let me put it to you. Near Amritsar, we have this Atari border, or what is called in Pakistan Wagah border.
yes,
You have those military, showmanship. Have you seen those Pakistani rangers, border rangers, and Indian BSF? They do those march past, and
yes, sir.
many people go and watch that. Are you aware of that?
Yes, sir.
Can we have it in Rajasthan also?
Sir, it is
There is a border, we can have it there also. There must be some place. No?
Sir, as per my knowledge, that border area is basically a desert area which does not provide that pleasant climate that tourists would like to come, or they will have facilities to stay.
You create
like-
more better roads and a nice stadium type of environment like you have in Atari border. You can do that.
Sir, but as per my knowledge, that area has been, it is being used for missile testing and other, like for solar power plants also, wind power plants. So I guess that area is being utilized in such
Thank you.
activities.
Thank you.
Sulochna,
Yes, sir.
recently government has come out with a proposal to increase the marriage age for girls.
Yes, sir.
What are your views on this?
Sir,
They are doing it by legislation.
sorry, sir.
They are bringing an act to do that.
Yes, sir. Sir, the decision of the government that marriageable age for girls should be increased from 18 to 21, I think it is appreciable, and it is the first move in the direction of the women empowerment in 21st century. So, some of the benefits would be that it will bring gradually a behavioral change among Indian parents. That, for example, when this age was 18, so they would at least wait up to 17 half, 18. So now they will be married at the age of 21, so that they will get an opportunity to complete their education. At least graduation they will be able to complete. And
But do you think just by enacting a law, can you bring about the behavioral change that you are talking about?
Sir, it is not just by a law, but it will push people towards behavioral change. Awareness is more important, which which will be possible by taking parents and students, especially girls, into confidence at school, at college. They should be made aware about the negative consequences of the early marriage.
But it goes against some personal laws. For instance, Islamic law says that a girl can be married after attaining puberty. So, do you think it's all right to interfere with personal laws of different religions?
Sir, although India is a secular country, but we have the provisions that if for the welfare of a larger group, if government has to interfere with the personal laws also, then it can. For example, triple talaq bill. So it was for the gender equality and for protecting the dignity of the women. So in such cases,
But then don't you think we are moving towards a uniform civil code?
yes sir, we are moving towards a uniform civil code, and that is also the mandate of the constitution. So
Where in constitution is it provided?
sir, article 44 in DPSPs.
Correct. But does it go against article 25?
Sir, article 25, it provides the freedom to profess, practice any religion.
Correct.
But also there are in the constitution itself, in DPSPs and in fundamental duties, and also in fundamental rights, the provisions like right to equality, the protection of dignity of women, these are envisioned. So according to constitutional morality, we should go for equality.
Very good. Now let me ask you one more question. Have you heard of CUET?
Yes sir.
What do you think of this? Is it a good practice to have an entrance test for admissions to central universities?
Sir, common university entrance test, it is being brought from this session 2022. So I think that it is a good step, because there were disparities in the board marks of different boards, which were doing an injustice towards the board students who were where the average is low. So I think it will bring
But
uniformity.
entrance test will be based on CBSE syllabus. So is it not injustice to other boards? Candidates are taking examination in other boards, like various state boards or IB
Sir,
or
certainly.
ICSC.
Yes, certainly this is a possible disadvantage of having CUET, but I think this is just a start, and with time we will evolve more. So we will know what are the disadvantages or shortcomings in this system. So year by year we can work upon it.
And class 12 examination will have no importance.
Sir, this CUET, it is only for central universities. Students who are taking admissions into state university and private universities, for them it will have advantage. And
Right
also,
now, but for central universities it loses meaning.
yes sir, for central university, sir, the first thing that for CUET, the eligibility criteria will be based upon board marks. So
Now
there,
suppose you have done BSc Botany Honours
yes, sir.
from Miranda House. Now supposing you want to do post graduation, what is the process? Supposing you want to do MSc Botany, what is the process now at the moment?
Sir, at the moment there are two methods. Either I can go through merit, because I have done my graduation from Delhi University, and or else one entrance test.
No, Delhi University, what system does it follow?
Sorry sir.
Delhi University, what system does it follow?
Sir, both of the system by merit and one entrance test for masters.
Okay. So if supposing the merit is discarded and totally entrance test is relied upon, then your BSc marks will also lose importance.
Yes sir, then my BSc marks will lose importance.
That's what I was saying. My last question. FSPA, have you heard of FSPA?
Yes sir.
This has been lifted from some districts of Assam, Manipur and Nagaland.
Yes sir.
What do you think, is this a right step, or will it in a way encourage insurgency in those areas?
Sir, it was the decision of the government to lift AFSPA from certain districts of Assam, and AFSPA is imposed only in disturbed areas. So if the government feels, and by the input of the intelligence agencies, they must have felt that now this area is no more disturbed. And
No, there was an incident in Nagaland where some people were accidentally killed by the forces, suspecting them to be insurgents.
yes.
So that triggered a demand for lifting of FSPA, and government has responded by doing this, lifting it from certain areas. So whether it is based on correct assessment of insurgency position or not, we don't know.
Sir, that was a very unfortunate incident, and there are possibilities that to appease citizens, government lifted this. But I believe that maintenance of law and order is more important, and the decision of government would be based upon the facts and evidences.
Thank you.
So Sulochna, you do river rafting, huh? Very exciting. So what kind of, where have you done this rafting?
Ma'am, I have done in Rishikesh.
Where? Kodiala? Up?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And till which grade of rapids have you done?
Ma'am, grade 2 only.
Grade 2? But Kodiala they take you to grade 5? The last one where you jump from the top, have you done that? Jump from the top of the hill?
No, ma'am, I did
No,
not.
you did body surfing?
Yes, ma'am.
Till body surfing. That's simple. Oh, you must do more of it. So what attracted you to river rafting?
Ma'am, first time when I did this, I did not know what is river rafting or something, but I did it with my friends, and then I really enjoyed it, and I also overcame my fear of going into water.
Very good. Good to overcome one's fears, huh?
Yes.
But next time you do it, do grade 5. Grade 4 tak to hai wahan pe, and you go to the last one where you jump from the top into the water. I went there saying I'll never jump, and I jumped. It was not so bad. Okay. Now, in your opinion, which are the biggest women's issues today in India?
Ma'am,
Give me 3 women's issues in order of priority. Most important first.
so ma'am, my priority order would be that first is women's safety at home, at workplaces, at public places. So women's safety is most important issue. And the second issue is
Let's pause a moment here. So now, which legislations or policies have addressed these 3? You very nicely put it. So the first one, second one, third one, tell me.
Sir, ma'am, at home.
Which is the act for this, legislation for
Yes,
this?
Ma'am, first is Domestic Violence Act.
Very good.
Um,
And
ma'am, second is which prohibits the female feticide. And
what does that have to do with safety at home?
ma'am, at home it starts from before the birth of the girl child. So some of
So
the
what is the act?
ma'am, it is PCPNDT Act.
Okay, very good. The next, workplace.
Next. Ma'am, at workplace there is a Protection of Women from Sexual Harassment Act 2013, which was based on Vishakha guidelines.
And you know what the Vishakha case was? Are you aware?
Ma'am, not exactly.
Okay, never mind. And in
And-
public places?
Ma'am, at public places there are certain provisions in IPC under which singing any vulgar song or using such words,
Okay.
these are
There was an
criminalized.
amendment in CRPC in 2018. Are you aware? With reference to the punishment for rape. Are you aware of the controversy
for-
regarding that? For rape. It was enhanced in all the categories. Under 12, under 16, gang rape. So are you aware of the controversy that was raised on that point?
Absolutely.
That's important for women's safety in public places, no? Okay, never mind. So, what do you feel is the biggest threat to the country today? Economic or political or security?
Ma'am, in context of India, I think today the threat is economic and security also, because
One, you have to choose one. You're well on the way. Whichever one you choose, all of them are. So, whichever you choose now, I'm going to ask you to say why and what should be done. So, you chose economic.
ma'am, if I would have to choose one, then I would choose security, ma'am.
Easier to answer.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Because
all right. Yes, go ahead.
ma'am, because security, its arena is changing under which we are being attacked. It is not at military level, at field, but the other threats are emerging, like cyber threats, which
So
is
no, hold on. Moving too fast. Security, you are talking about which security? You're talking about cyber threats? You have to define what you mean by security threat.
ma'am,
Is it external, internal? What are you talking about?
internal security we are able to curb, but I think external security we have to work upon our external security.
But internal security, what about the riots? What about all that happening?
Sir,
Even now there has been on this Ram Navami procession, Pathrav hua hai. In Madhya Pradesh, they have raised the houses of those people. Now, of course, they've done a double take and will give compensation. So, is that not a internal security threat?
ma'am, that is.
Tension between communities and hostility between communities.
Yes, ma'am.
Then
Ma'am,
terrorism.
Terrorism, yes, ma'am. Sure. So, ma'am, certainly these are issues, but these communal polarization issues, these are being seen very rarely when such festivals are there. And
What about lynching of people? So and so is carrying cattle, so and so is doing this.
yes, ma'am,
Rajasthan also has had incidents.
yes, ma'am. It had, but I think internal security and the problem of law and order, we are able to manage.
Which to your
properly.
mind, which is the biggest threat?
Ma'am, external security,
External.
the threat
From?
external. Ma'am, mainly from China.
So what should we do?
Ma'am, first we have to, at a field level, we are doing sufficiently, where we are investing into the indigenization of the defense equipments, its development, its design.
Indigenization of defense equipment will enhance our security in the short run.
Not in short run, but ma'am, in long term.
Okay, long run it will. All right.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, second is to protect ourselves from cyber threats, we have to work at that level in technology side.
What are the cyber threats we are getting right now?
Ma'am, the hacking problems from our data and the
Okay.
power plants.
Okay, I'm going to ask you two more simple questions now. You are a botany student, huh? So now I'm going to marry botany with some of our mythology. So, what is a Kalpvriksh in our mythology?
Ma'am, I'm not sure about, but I would take a guess that Kalpvriksh, it was a tree which, if we will desire anything, any will,
Yes.
then it will fulfill that.
And
will.
mythologically, where did it come from? What was it? Any idea? No. Do you know which trees were Kalpvrikshas in our mythology? Do you know important trees in our history? Say which was the tree under which Lord Buddha got enlightenment? Do you know?
Ma'am, banyan tree.
Banyan, people.
Sorry.
And Adi Shankaracharya, you heard of Adi Shankaracharya?
Ma'am, I have heard, but I don't.
Vedanta philosophy. He also got enlightenment under a tree. No, okay, doesn't matter. My last question. You heard of stem cell research.
Stem cells.
So, in your opinion, what are the ethical views, ethical controversy regarding stem cell research?
Ma'am, what is now coming to my mind is that ethical concerns are that we are a natural human being. The process of being born and death, it is a natural phenomenon. But if there will be human interference, then first it will.
Okay, thanks. Thank you.
Sulochna, what does your name mean?
So Sulochna means a girl with beautiful eyes.
Sorry?
A
Could you
girl-
speak louder?
A girl with beautiful eyes.
Okay, and there have been two actresses with the same name, one from silent films and one in modern times. Are you aware?
Yes, sir. Sir, the modern time actress is Sulochna Latkar. She also received Padma Shri and Filmfare Lifetime Achievement Awards. And the another actress is Sulochna Chavan. She also received.
No, I'm talking about silent films.
Sorry.
Before her time.
Ruby Myers, her screen name was Sulochna. Do look it up. We'll talk about this in your feedback. Miranda House, that's a prestigious place. Why is it so named?
Sir, the British Maurice Goyer, sir, who laid the foundation stone. So his daughter's name was Miranda. So first is this story, and there is second theory also that Shakespeare's novel is there, Tempest. In that he has portrayed a girl named Miranda, and she was considered an ideal woman. So it is named so, Miranda House.
One more theory. There are three theories.
Sorry, sir, I can recall on it.
Favorite actress of Maurice Guire was Carmen Miranda. Okay. Now UGC has allowed a person to take up 2 degrees. What is your opinion? Is this a good development, or will it put unnecessary strain on students?
Sir, in my opinion, it is a good development because it is not compulsory for students. First thing, and second, that they have allowed the different mixtures, like either of the combination of offline and online, or both online or both offline. So if a student, she or he has capability and she can go under pressure, then she would pursue, or else they will not pursue that.
Right, you are coming from Rajasthan, so lot of wildlife, etc., national parks, tigers, so on. What is the difference between a national park and a wildlife sanctuary? Are you aware of the differences?
Yes, sir, some of the differences I know. Sir, national park, it is a more restricted area in comparison to wildlife sanctuary. In wildlife sanctuary, certain activities are allowed which are not allowed in national park. That is the biggest difference.
Any more? There are 5 or 6 differences which are usually listed.
Sorry, sir.
So do you think enough is being done to conserve wildlife in India?
Sir, some of the legislations like Wildlife Protection Act, Environment Protection Act, they are there to protect wildlife, but there are frequent reports that many of the wildlife species, they are moving outside the protected areas. So there is a need to increase the protected area, and also there is a need to build corridors, wildlife corridors, so that their movement is free.
Have you heard of the term primitive tribal groups?
Yes.
So the word primitive has been removed and a new term has been used. Are you aware what is that term?
Sir, now PVTGs, they are being
Very
named
good.
as PVTGs, particularly vulnerable tribal groups.
So what is your opinion? These particularly vulnerable tribal groups, for instance the Jarvas in the Andamans, should we encourage them to join the mainstream, or should they be left in isolation so that their tribal culture is not destroyed? What would be your opinion?
Sir, my opinion is that we should not just leave them in isolation. Although the protection of their tribal identity and culture is important, so for that there should be steps both for the promotion of their culture, and also there should be promoted to bring into mainstream via education and via other media, but it should not be a forceful imposition upon them.
But we've had this experience in the Andamans itself. One of the tribes, I think it was the Little Andamanese, they became lotus eaters because they were provided everything by government.
Sorry, sir.
Okay, let's move on to something else. Are you aware of the 4th industrial revolution? What is meant by the 4th industrial revolution?
Sir, 4th industrial revolution, it is meant by bringing new and disruptive technologies like machine learning, artificial intelligence, 3D printing in the industrial sector to increase the production efficiency, and it will also bring low cost commodities for public.
So one view which is being expressed is that artificial intelligence will be the game changer in this 4th industrial revolution. In what way? What is your opinion? Do you think it will be a game changer, and if so, how?
Sir, I think it will be a game changer, as already being seen that artificial intelligence is being used by many corporate companies, and also some of the robots, and for example this Alexa, which is very popular now. So these are taking place of the human activities. Humans in COVID times, some of the robots, they were being used. So this application of artificial intelligence, it can help them in sensing the problems and providing solutions for that, for mechanical work also. So I think it will be a game changer in this
Can you
industry.
give me an example of a negative use of artificial intelligence?
Sir, negative use of artificial intelligence, sir, the facial recognition technology which was being used by China. So it is said that they used it for harassment and persecution of minorities.
Okay. You are a botany student, so you would be well aware. What is a biodiversity hotspot?
So biodiversity hotspot is an area which is rich in biodiversity. There are a lot of endemic species and
How many?
there.
Minimum. There's a figure there. No? There's a statistic involved.
Sorry, sir, I'm not.
Okay, we'll talk about this when you come for the feedback. Go on. Continue with the definition.
And there is a great threat of their extinction also. So that is considered a biodiversity.
Again, there is a figure involved there.
Sorry, sir, I cannot remember. I read about it.
So, what can be done to increase awareness, in your opinion, about this threat?
Sir, it should be started at the school level first, from students only. So when they grow up, they are more aware about the environment, ecology, and its protection, and about more awareness, advertisement on TV, YouTube, it can be done. And third thing, that certain incentives can be provided for people. For example, there is a vehicle scrappage policy. For that, incentives are being provided by government. So by such incentives also, people will be encouraged to participate in environment conservation.
Thank you. Thank you, Sulochna.
Sulochna, please wait for a few minutes. We will call you for feedback.
Thank you.